What would you sacrifice for unlimited knowledge? In ancient Greece, legends spoke of a mystical spring hidden beneath the gleaming marble temples of Athens, where divine wisdom flowed as freely as water. This was Athena's wisdom well, a sacred source of knowledge that promised enlightenment to those deemed worthy, but at what cost? Ancient Greek mythology tells us that when Athena, goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare, emerged fully grown from Zeus's forehead, drops of divine knowledge fell to earth. Where these drops landed, a miraculous spring burst forth, its waters infused with the very essence of wisdom itself. The Athenians, ever devoted to their patron goddess, built a sacred sanctuary around this spring, believing it to be a direct link to divine understanding. The well's waters were said to shimmer with an otherworldly blue light, reflecting not just the physical world, but glimpses of universal truths. Those who gazed into its depth reported seeing visions of past and future events, understanding complex philosophical concepts, and gaining insights into the very nature of existence. But like all divine gifts in Greek mythology, this one came with strict conditions and dire warnings. Not everyone could approach the wisdom well. Athena herself appointed guardians, priestesses known as the Sophiae, who maintained the sanctuary and determined who could access its waters. These women, chosen for their wisdom and devotion, underwent years of rigorous training before taking their sacred posts. They were said to possess the ability to read the true intentions of those who sought the well's knowledge. Stories tell of philosophers, artists, and leaders who made pilgrimages to the well. Some emerged transformed, their minds expanded beyond mortal understanding. Others were driven to madness, unable to process the vast knowledge suddenly flooding their consciousness. The well's waters, it seemed, could either illuminate or overwhelm the human mind. One famous tale speaks of Euryphos, a brilliant young scholar who became obsessed with unlocking all of the well's secrets. Despite warnings from the Sophiae, he attempted to drink deeply from the spring during a sacred full moon ceremony. The waters granted him extraordinary insight into the cosmos, but the price was steep. He could no longer relate to ordinary humans, speaking in riddles that none could understand. He spent his remaining days wandering the hills of Athens, sharing profound truths that only the gods could comprehend. Another story tells of Cleobula, a humble pottery maker who approached the well not seeking power or universal knowledge, but simply understanding to better serve her community. The waters responded to her pure intentions, granting her practical wisdom that she used to become one of Athens' most respected advisors. Her tale became a lesson in the importance of wisdom's purpose rather than its mere possession. The well's powers extended beyond individual enlightenment. It was said that in times of great crisis, the city's leaders would gather at the sanctuary, seeking guidance through carefully controlled rituals. The Sophiae would interpret the well's waters, helping to guide Athens through war, plague, and political turmoil. Some historians suggest that the city's golden age of philosophy and democracy was influenced by the wisdom flowing from Athena's spring. But as with many sacred sites in ancient Greece, the well's influence began to wane as rationalism and skepticism grew. Some claimed the well's powers were merely metaphorical, representing the human pursuit of knowledge rather than actual divine wisdom. Others insisted that its waters still held their power, but that modern minds had lost the ability to properly receive their gifts. The physical location of Athena's wisdom well remains a matter of debate among historians and archaeologists. Some believe it lies beneath the Acropolis, while others suggest it was hidden by the Sophiae to protect it from those who would abuse its power. Yet its legacy lives on in the philosophical traditions born in ancient Athens, where the pursuit of wisdom was considered the highest calling. The story of Athena's wisdom well resonates deeply with our modern quest for knowledge and understanding. It reminds us that true wisdom is more than mere information. It requires discernment, proper intention, and the wisdom to know its limits. In an age of unlimited information at our fingertips, the well's lessons about the responsibility that comes with knowledge remain surprisingly relevant. Perhaps the most profound message of Athena's wisdom well is that divine knowledge, while powerful, must be balanced with human understanding. The most successful seekers were those who approached the well with humility and purpose, not those who sought power for its own sake. In this way, the well serves as both inspiration and warning to all who pursue knowledge, reminding us that wisdom's true value lies not in its accumulation, but in how we use it to benefit others. As we reflect on this ancient tale, we might ask ourselves, what will we seek from such a well today? And more importantly, are we prepared for the responsibility that comes with divine knowledge? The answers, like the waters of Athena's well, might be both enlightening and challenging to our modern sensibilities.